are girls walking around in their bikinis? And why is there a hideaway? And why are they sleeping on beds with strangers?
Should you watch Love Island as a Christian? It's all over the timeline and it's just being pushed everywhere. 1 Peter 5 verse 8 says this: Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. And
it is just a show. You're being a conspiracy theorist. You're being overdramatic. How do you think we get thoughts, right? How do you think we get mindsets? It comes from what we are continuously exposed to. That's why there are so many arts around nowadays. That's why there are billboards and things like that. When you continue seeing it, oh, at first it's like, yeah, whatever. But then you continuously are exposed to it. People don't just spend money on art for nothing.
When FOMO hits, people drop their guards and make decisions they wouldn't normally make out of the fear of being out of the loop. But if you're following Jesus, you're actually called to be set apart, not just going with the wind.
And yeah, that's how Love Island works. They make sexual sin look normal and appetizing and enticing.
Love Island actually masquerades lust as love. Shows like Love Island do so well because they're actually just feeding all of us the lusts of our flesh.
When I first watched it, right? At first I didn't want to watch it because of how I knew what came with it. And then I decided, okay, fine, I'll watch it. Guys, I was so shocked. I was like, why are girls walking around in their bikinis? And why is there a hideaway? And why are they sleeping on beds with strangers? Guys, I felt like a whole prude. And the worst part, I was so shocked. The lap dance, you know, those lap dances. I've forgotten what it is. But at a certain point, you will dress up in the skimpiest dress ever. If you dress, the skimpier you dress, the more the guy's heart rate is raised. So basically, the person who gets the highest heart rate, they win. And you go in your skimpy dress and you go and grind on these strangers. And not just your man, all of them. Oh my gosh. Guys, I was like, nah, you would have to kill me first. Oh my gosh. And it was so normal. Like the first time I watched it, I was telling my sister, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? My sister was like, it's so funny. And then the next season came, I watched it. It was still bad, but not as bad. And then the third season, I mean, not the third, like at least the third season I watched. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I've seen this already. What's next? Give me more. See? You become desensitized to it. It's kind of like porn. Like you watch it before and it's so mind-blown. And then you keep watching, that before what you had, it's not enough. It doesn't satisfy you. It doesn't give you that dopamine hit as before. It's basically a drug. That's how addiction works. So, and not only was I like, oh, this is fine. So basically, they've been able to get into my mindset and normalize this to me. So basically, my thoughts has changed, right? Yeah. And now, I'm also feeling some way. I spoke about it when I was speaking on light feminine energy and dark feminine energy. I'm like, my body is starting to feel like, you know, that word. And I had never felt like that before. But I don't know if it's a spirit that comes from the movie, because spirits, you can channel spirits and get spirits based on what you see. When you wear like some anklets, a lot of movies, they show that you wear maybe a charm bracelet, you get a picture, whatsoever, and it can induce spirits. Yeah, movies too can do that, especially reality shows. I was like, has there been a spirit that I've been able to invite into my dwelling, into my space, because I'm watching this? So when I realized that I've been feeling that way, and no, I was like, nah, I have to stop this. So yeah, I stopped watching. It's hard. Just like I say, it's addictive. So when you start it and everybody's talking about it, you don't want to miss out. So like, oh, should I just glance? Should I just peek? And yeah, I know it's hard, guys, but protect your sanity. Flee away from temptation. But now we are literally willingly getting this temptation in front of us and even searching for it. And it's not just our fault. They make the lifestyle look so fun, empowering, normal. Look at the number of applicants that want to go on Love Island. And because you get all this fame, all this money. What about those people that did these same things, but then they did not come out famous like the Money Mays and the Tommy Fury or whatever? Then what? Went on such a show, basically took off your dignity for nothing. For strangers who just broke your heart. Like, it's not just the whole sexual things that is happening, but the emotional chaos and the turmoil. Like, you get so attached to somebody, especially because it's in such a close space away from the world. So you get so attached that their red flags become white. Like, what's his name? Tyreek and Ella. Like, it's so obvious this guy is a whole red flag. He missed the game. But no, they become so attached because they're away from the real world. So it makes you feel like this is true love when it's not really. And then, thank God, I mean, they've broken up now. But then, what about the people that don't and they keep going, or they keep going back and forth with each other? Like the Money Mays and the Tommy and the cheating rumors, I don't know about that. But 9 out of 10 times, they don't last. So what's the use of going on these love shows for? Money? Marriage should be honored by all, and a marriage bed should be kept pure. But I don't think they understand any of that. And it's crazy because when you are seen as modest, you are mocked. But when you are diverantia, you can be, the better it is for you to get a guy or to be chosen. So women and men are like, we do anything they can to be chosen because we don't want to be rejected, do we? And it leads to a generation that thinks intimacy is just performance and not sacred. Just let me get with as many people as I can, like Tyreek, 100 girls. It's just shameful. And all the statistics that you have with the guy that you are sharing a bed with at the first time is that, oh, he's my type on paper and STD test and whatsoever. That's all. Really. Sex outside of marriage does not lead to freedom like they want you to see. But it leads to shame, soul ties, a broken identity. I spoke about soul ties before, so guys, watch that video afterwards. But then they mask it with makeup and these skimpy outfits and fame, so you'll never be able to tell. But God's version of love is patient, it's kind, it's powerful. So when God wants you to wait till marriage or to wait on him for the right person, don't think he's trying to chain you. But he's protecting you because he wants the best for you. He loves you that much. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in our next video.
Remember how Eve was tempted in the garden and that led to her falling? It wasn't by the enemy saying, hey, this is bad. You should him saying,
he would
it's
never.
not that bad. I'm sure you'll be fine. Spoiler alert, after Adam and Eve ate of the fruit, they were not fine. We already live in a society that seems almost
in the whole
impossible to flee from lust. Why would we optionally choose to watch shows that are planting those kinds of seeds in us? No, I don't believe Christians should be watching Love Island.
God wants someone to know that he is about to turn that negative situation into the biggest blessing in your life. You're going to have to trust him.